how's it going? And thanks for tuning in to UpSell. I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. I wanted to get some help out there to some folks that either are, may be, or should be in transition right now. And what I mean by transition is I'm talking about if you're in the job market, you should be in the job market, or you want to be in the job market. This goes out to some people that may be really miserable at the company you're working for, and you want out and you need out. There's maybe people that have been trying to find their next gig for a long time. It doesn't need to be so grueling and tough, but I do see a lot of mistakes being made, especially by younger people earlier on in their career in terms of the job that they're looking for. So I want to get some help out to you guys. And at the end of this video, I'm actually going to share too my golden trick to making sure you get your resume looked at and your interview hit ratio happen a lot more often than most people. So stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to share that with you. So let's talk about a few things now. If you're one of those people that I mentioned earlier that is either in transition or should be in transition, when you're looking at your next opportunity, the next place that you're going to be working and job you're going to take on, the first thing I want you to realize is it's really important that you're looking and analyzing the company that you'd be working for, not necessarily the product or the service. I see a lot of mistakes made by young professionals when they say, oh, I'm not passionate about this product, or I'm not passionate about this service that this company is offering, what the company does. I think it's much more important as a young professional that you're developing skills and you're understanding what the culture should be like in a great company to make sure that you're developing as a person the best you should. I think that is so important that early on in your career, the company you work for is much more important than the product or service that company is selling. You want to look for a company that values its employees, that invests back into its employees in training and in development, that has good values and good morals and a good culture. So really, when you're out there interviewing or looking for companies, make sure that you're analyzing and almost interviewing that company as much as they're interviewing you. Point number 2. Critically important that you're looking for the right manager to work for as opposed to the right environment. So once you found the right company and you feel like this is the company, aside from the product or service that they're selling that's right for you, you really want to analyze, and this is really critical for you younger people, especially the ones with no experience coming out of college, or those of you with little experience in the business world. The first manager you work for, or the manager you work for early on in your career, is the person you will probably learn the most from of anyone in your life, aside from your parents when you were a very young kid. I'll say that again. The person you work for early on in your career, you will probably learn more than anyone else in your life aside from your parents when you were a kid. That manager, you need to really analyze, is this someone that I can look up to, that I value, that I can tell has been in my shoes before, they've had a proven track record of success. So as much as that manager is interviewing you in the interviews and the companies you're looking at, you want to make sure that you feel really comfortable. This is someone you can look up to as a mentor that you can really learn from. So point number 3 now, really important. As you're looking at your next position, your next opportunity, the opportunity is what you should be analyzing, not the salary. I see a ton of people looking around at jobs, analyzing the salary that it pays or the commission structure that it pays, instead of thinking about what's the opportunity ahead of me if I were to take this job. You want to look at 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road. Where could I be? Can I progress into management if that's what you want? Can I progress into managing or leading or mentoring other people if that's what you want? What's the salary expectations or hopes 2 years down the road if I perform well? So I think a lot of people really want to rely on a really cushy salary to hide behind. I'm the kind of person that if I was in the job market, I would want a company that's going to pay me more on the commission side based off my production than on the salary side. So you want to really analyze the company you're going to work for based on what kind of opportunity it can bring to you if you're a top performer. So good luck to you while you're out there. Hopefully this is helpful to some of you that are in transition or should be in transition. I'm going to be giving my next video likely around what to look for if you're at a company and you're miserable and when you know it's time to leave. So keep an eye open for that video coming out soon. But as promised, I want to leave you with my golden tip for getting interviews. The number one golden rule is quit applying to jobs. If I could give you the best piece of advice if you're in the job market is never ever apply to a job online on their website or on Indeed or on any of these other sites out there ever again. That resume gets sent into a black hole of resumes that never get looked at. Especially for you salespeople out there, you should be experts and really great at getting to decision makers. So the best thing you can do is set aside the applying, give that away, and start using LinkedIn or other tools to network your way to the person who actually is doing the hiring and making the decisions, and use whatever resources you have available to reach out to that person. Phone calls, emails, LinkedIn messages, whatever you can to get their attention. When I was a hiring manager in the sales world, someone who showed initiative in reaching out to me in all these different avenues, I looked at that person and wanted to interview that person way before I wanted to interview someone that just came through a portal when they submitted their resume. So use that trick. I hope it helps. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be talking to you guys again here soon.